Hello, my dear students. I welcome you all to my channel. Today we are going to learn an English chapter of class 10. The name of the chapter is The Gift of Magi and it's written by O. Henry. But before students moving to the lesson, if you are viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of my latest upcoming videos. Do watch the video till end and if you like it, hit the like button. And you will also find class 9 English explanation in this channel. So visit the playlist and inform your friends too about it. So let's learn about the author before going to the chapter. The author is O. Henry and his pen name was William Sidney Potter. Students' pen name is the name which is given by the writer or author at the end of the story. They do not give their real name, they just write the pen name. So this was his name and he was born on September 11, 1862 in Greensboro, North Carolina. He had become very famous for his short stories and many of his stories were very famous. He also wrote a humorous weekly in 1887. Now, he is also famous for writing 600 stories. The first collection of his stories appeared in 1904 in Cabbages and Kings, and it became popular very immediately soon after he wrote it. The other collections include The 4 Million, The Trimmed Lamb. So he has done many works in the field of literature, writing novels, and he is one of the famous writers. So let us see what do we have to learn in this lesson. So, students, in this lesson, we are having the character of a girl, a young woman known as Della, and her husband. So, let us see what is the lesson about. And usually, this character, this two person here, a couple, they are having extreme love and bonding to with each other that they are ready to sacrifice the precious things for giving a present for them each other. So let's see. So here $1.87 was the counting done of the money which was just saved by Della here. And she was saving this money for getting a present on Christmas festival for her loving husband. But she could not make up to the amount which she needed. She only was able to save $1.87. And there was clearly nothing to do. She was just sitting and crying shabbily because the next day was the Christmas and she could not save as much as she wanted it. And she was just sitting and crying and sniffling. And then all of a sudden, she just saw throughout her home the furnitures and the things which were there in their house were depicting that she was not from a well-to-do family and was very poor and very finding very hard to leave her living. Then suddenly she saw that this she stood near the wall and the window, and she saw that there was no mirror at all to look at her face. There was a window which was having a thin glass, so they used that as a mirror for themselves to see themselves. And this was the condition of the family of poor Della. And Della's husband name was Mr. James Dillingham Young, and even he too was very poor now. Previously he was from well-to-do family, he was having a good job, but now as the income had decreased, the condition had worsened now. Now Della, after thinking all these things, she sat and she cried for some time, and then she wiped her cheeks and she put some powder, and she again went out near the window, and she was thinking about the Christmas day, and how could she get the present for Jim. What can she do so that she can get the money and she can do the honors, like giving of the gift, what she had planned from very earlier. And from 2 months before, she was trying to save this money from her groceries and from the vegetables and so many things which she had in her daily routine. She used to save money from each and everything, from small things. She used to just save small pennies and she used to save it. So it was very difficult for her. And then she just saw and she remembered that she is having a very beautiful hairs, the long beautiful brown hairs, which would just surpass any other princess over there. And this was the important possession what she was having. And In the same way, James Dillingham Youngs means the husband of Della, even he had one precious gold watch with him, which he had got from his grandfather, and it was you can say a hereditary one which was being passed out from a father to his son, and it was very precious. It was in gold watch, and he never wore it because he did not had a proper chain on it. There was a belt which was torn, and it was not suiting that gold watch, so he just saw it and he kept it in the cupboard. He did not wear it because he thought it's not suitable that the gold was to be worn with a just a brown belt. So he just kept it. So these were the two precious things which they had. It was very precious and loving for themselves. So this girl, this Della, she got an idea that how do I collect money for for getting the present for Jim. So now she had beautiful hairs and she just thought something. She left her hairs down. She looked herself in the glass pane, window glass pane, and then she just wore a hat and a coat and she ran away from the house towards the street. And there she found a shop, a saloon shop there, and it was named Mrs. Safrina. It was her hair shop, and there was written all hair goods of all kinds. She ran inside and she asked there, Madam, can you take my hairs? Will you buy my hairs? She asked. So she's saying, Yes, I buy hairs, madam. She replied like this. So she asked her to show off her hairs. So after listening to this, she removed her hat and down rippled the brown cascade, the brown, shiny, lengthy, the knee-length hair it rolled down. Then this madam, Mrs. Sofrini, she's offered $20 for her hairs. She said, "Okay, take my hairs and give me $20." And quickly she did it, and she took $20 and she started running and hunting for the gift what she wanted to get it for a gym. She actually wanted to buy a platinum fob chain, which would look simple and very, very delicate and very charming and very good when it would be attached and put together with that gold chain which he had with himself. So she went and she took that, she packed it as a gift, and she went home. And now she had made all the preparations of the eve of the festive, and she arranged everything on the table, and she was just sitting there, just waiting for Jim to arrive, and so that she can give the gift to her. And by the time she also curled her hair so that when Jim looks at her, he could not identify so easily. And then she was just praying that, oh, if Jim doesn't kill me, if he doesn't feel bad because I've cut my hair, oh God, let him feel me as pretty as I was before. And she was having that fear also, and she also wanted to give a gift and a present to him, so she did not have had any other option. So she took this step. Now after this, at 7 o'clock, the coffee was made and everything was ready, and Jim was never late at home, so he just came and he entered the house. And as soon as he entered, he just stood and stared at Della and stared without saying anything. The expression on his face was not of surprise, not of anger, not of disapproval, nor of horror, but he just fixed his eyes and he just saw with an expression, uh, some unique expression on his face. And before he could say anything, Della started to explain, I have cut my hair, I wanted to buy you a present. There was nothing with me, so what could I do? It's just for you I have done. She wanted to convince him so that he could not shout or get angry with her. So like this, she went on saying and explaining that again he's asking, you have cut off your hair. Then he was not able to accept this, the beautiful hair she has, and he loved her and it looked so pretty on her, so he was not able to accept that. And then somehow she convinced her, and she said, you think I'm as pretty as I was before, right? And she tried to convince her and deviate his mind, and she said, can I put chops for you for having it? And then out of trance, then Jim seemed quickly to wake. Then he sat down, and while sitting there, he just had one pack of gift with him, which he had bought for Della now. and he just put it on the table. And then he informed Della that even I had bought you something. See, and he started hugging her out of love, because he said, "Let the gifts be apart." And he hugged and loved her, and he said that I had bought a gift for you too. So she went there, quickly unpacked it, and she wanted to see actually what was the gift inside it. It was so valuable gift. So when she opened it, and to her shock, it was the longing comb which she wanted, the comb set with the pins. And now the poor Della, she's not having that beautiful hair. And this was not a normal comb or a hairpins. It was of the shells which she longed from many years to have for herself. And now when it has been bought, she is not having the hair. Now Jim is saying, "See, I was not so surprised to see you with your haircut, but it is because I had got you this gift. So I was a bit nervous and sad for this." Now Della is saying, "So let us see what I have bought for you." She brings the gift, and she shows her the chain, the platinum chain which she has bought for him, so that he can put it in his watch and wear. Now she's asking for a watch. "Give me your watch. Let me put it and see what have you. How does it look? How good does it look on you?" But now he, instead of giving anything to her, the watch, he just sat in the couch and he just smiled, and he said that, "I have sold my gold watch in order to get you a present." And this was so emotional situation which was going on, each other sacrificing their own precious things to get a present for each other. Such a kind of love they had. And they just kept the gift aside and hugged them, and they were just smile seeing with each other. And Della started convincing him that, "My hair grows so fast, Jim. No need to worry." And then she started crying. Oh, so this was a kind of sacrifice and the love they had for each other. And this is how the Christmas Eve they had celebrated, and the love which was everlasting, the bonding which was everlasting between them, is the main thing which is focused here in the chapter. And at last, the Magi. The author has given them the name of Magi. Now, here, students, the Magi is nothing but uh, it is date. It dates back to the Christian religion, where it's mentioned that when Jesus was born and he was small, there were three of them who used to bring gifts for the small children. So these were known as Magi. So in the same way, here he has indirectly compared this to Della and Jim to Magi, as they had bought such a precious gift, sacrificing their own beautiful and precious things. So that is why he has compared this Della and Jim to this Magi. This Magi were the people, very talented and you can say intelligent people, who used to get gifts for the small children, as it's said in the Christian religion. So this is how the chapter ends, students. I hope you understood the story, the and you liked it. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Thank you for watching my video.